黄金海岸，人间仙境，魅力烟台。
Yantai is a city among the first group of Chinese top tourist cities. It is located west of the Pacific Ocean in the northeast part of Shandong Peninsula, bordering the Bohai and Yellow Seas. It has the distinction in China of being the only city famous for bordering two seas. Embraced by mountains and sea, Yantai is an ideal coastal resort for holidaymakers, thanks to its fantastic natural scenery, its unique traditional and folklore culture, its agreeable weather conditions, and magnificent golden sandy beaches. In 2004, Yantai won the title of the most charming city in China. And to attest to this, a tour of Yantai will leave you with sweet memories of happiness and romance. Yantai has a time-honored history and enjoys rich natural and cultural resources. According to historical records, about 2,000 years ago, Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, paid 3 visits to Yantai, while another great historical figure, the Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty, paid 7 visits here. They came not only to offer sacrifices to the Lord of the mountain and sea, but also in search for the elixir of life. Yantai Shan on the promontory jutting out into the harbor is the symbol of the city. On the hill and the seaside area nearby, there are well-preserved former consulate buildings. These consulates were established over 100 years ago by 17 countries. For example, Britain, France, the United States, Germany, and Japan, among others. At the foot of Yantai Shan lies the very first bowling alley in Asia. The Western-style building, known as the Zhifu Club, in which the bowling alley is situated, was the most popular meeting place in the past for officials and businessmen from various countries. Nowadays, its elegant yet simple style still has a special attraction for many domestic and foreign visitors. Not too far from the downtown area lies the East Fort, set up in the late Qing Dynasty, which has now become known as the East Fort Park. From defense positions, one can see replicas of the famous Krupp cannons used to guard the city against attack. And from time to time there are exciting shows performed in ancient costumes in which tourists are welcome to participate in for their enjoyment. As the birthplace of the Chinese wine industry, Yantai is the only city in Asia named as an International City of Viticulture by the International Wine and Wine Bureau. The Jiangyu Wine Cultural Museum is among the first group of pilot projects set up by the Chinese Office of Industrial Tourism. In the museum, the underground wine cellar is more than 100 years old. Recently, the Jiangyu Wine Company has established a joint venture program known as the Jiangyu Castel Chateau with the world-renowned winemaker Castel of France. The chateau, built and located in a suburb west of Yantai, is a fine place for wine tasting and relaxation. The Fujian Guildhall, located in the downtown area of the city, was built by merchants from Fujian province over a 22-year period at the end of the 1800s. All the material used for construction was shipped to Yantai from the south of China. The Guildhall's Woodstone Memorial Archway has been listed as one of the National Protective Cultural Relics of China. The coastline of Yantai stretches over 900 kilometers. There are about 10 beaches with excellent conditions. 4 of those are just adjacent to the city proper. Walking along the beaches, nobody can resist the enchantment of the glamorous scenery of the sea and surrounding mountains. About a 10-minute drive by car along a scenic coastal highway is the provincial tourist resort of Yangmadao Island. Legend has it that Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor, had horses raised here, and Yangmadao in English literally means horse breeding island. On the island there are quite a few hotels, the one and only horse racing track in the north of China, and a well-equipped Japanese-style hot spring resort. At a distance not far away to the south of Yangmadao lies Kunyushan Mountain, also named the ancestor of Wonder Mountains. It was on this mountain that the Quanzhen denomination of Chinese Taoism was created over 800 years ago. Now it is a national forest park, which is characterized by deep valleys and forests, and its magnificent waterfall, all of which are uniquely beautiful and colorful in all 4 seasons. According to the sayings of visitors from bygone ages who once visited Yantai, it would be a great pity if you missed Panglai Pavilion during your Yantai tour. From ancient times, Panglai Pavilion has been regarded as the fairyland on earth because one of the most popular Chinese tales, The 8 Immortals Crossing the Sea, originated here. Panglai Pavilion is one of 4 renowned historic buildings in China. Occasionally, on the nearby sea, when weather conditions are favorable, a mirage can be seen, which is considered to bring good luck to visitors. Panglai has been strategic militarily since ancient times. The water city situated below Panglai Pavilion was built during the Ming Dynasty. With a history of over 600 years, it is an example of a perfectly preserved ancient naval base. General Qi Jiguan trained the Navy here to fight Japanese pirates and thus gained illustrious fame throughout the ages. In the former residence of General Qi, there is a weapons museum where many ancient arms invented by him are on display. To the east of Panglai Pavilion is an exhibition hall named The 8 Immortals Crossing the Sea in Panglai, which recounts the ancient tale to visitors. Within, there are various cultural relics made of stone, which contrast superbly with the mythic quality surrounding this ancient tale. The Panglai Ocean Aquarium, covering an area of more than 50,000 square meters, has nearly 1,000 kinds of marine life and other species. Within the aquarium, there are also polar bears and other animals, as well as the largest collection of live sharks in China. The aquarium also has a theater where underwater presentations take place, along with an arena where there are many daily aquatic performances. To the north of Panglai Pavilion, the Changdao Archipelago, consisting of 32 islets, greet your eyes. Known as the Fairy Mountains on the sea, the Changdao Islands, noted for their extraordinary beauty, have an excellent ecological environment. Here you can visit the ancient stone forest consisting of standing stones in all shapes and sizes, as well as deep and amazing caves. From the summit of Fengshan Mountain, situated in the National Forest Park on one of Changdao Islands, the connecting line between the Bohai and Yellow Seas is clearly discernible. Waves from the 2 seas crisscross each other, like the dragon swaying its tail. From March until June of each year, hundreds of seals migrate to the Changdao Islands from the Bering Strait off the coast of Russia. Hence, the Changdao Islands is the only area in China for people to enjoy seals as they frolic in their natural habitat. One especially wonderful opportunity tourists can have when they leave the hustle and bustle of the city for the peaceful atmosphere of the islands is to live among local fishermen who, for a nominal fee, will take them fishing. And On the shipping route between Penglai and the Changdao Islands, there are lots of sightseeing vessels which provide prompt, convenient, and accessible service for tourists to the islands. In September of each year, an international longevity culture festival is held in Nanshan Park, one of the country's most highly acclaimed national scenery resorts. Within the park, there is a large-scale Chinese history and culture park, as well as a park dedicated to spiritual culture. On the top of Nanshan Mountain sits the statue of the Sakyamuni Buddha, standing 38.66 meters in height and weighing 380 tons. The statue, made of copper, is considered to be the biggest in the world. Nanshan boasts 2 golf courses with international standards. Many tourists from Japan and South Korea often come here to play golf. Besides these courses in Nanshan, there are 2 more golf courses in Yantai within a 1-hour drive from the city proper. One course is a rough style by the seaside, while the other is in the manicured Scottish style. Driving along the expressway from the city to the west, you will arrive at Mo's Manor within an hour. The manor, which took 300 years to complete, consists of over 480 rooms in various buildings and reflects the superb architectural style of Imperial China. Yantai is a famous region for the mining of gold in China and accounts for 1/4 of the total gold output for the entire country. In Jiaoyuan, which is known as the Chinese gold capital, there are numerous hot spring resorts as well as the largest gold and jewelry market in China. About 30 kilometers to the west of Jiaoyuan lies Yunfeng Mountain in Laizhou. It is famous at home and abroad for its tombstone bearing inscription of the Wei dynasty some 1400 years ago. This serves as a priceless cultural relic tracing the origins of Chinese calligraphy. Each year, calligraphy devotees from Korea and Japan visit this famous site to conduct research and to study this perfect example of ancient Chinese calligraphy. Laizhou is also famous for its local handicrafts, which include jade carvings, straight-plated articles, and brush pens. These items, which receive high praise from domestic and foreign visitors, trade well on international markets. In Haiyang, a city in the south of Yantai, which has a high-quality beach by the sea, there is a bamboo grove which is the largest of its kind in the north of China. Haiyang now has established itself as one of the provincial tourist and vacation resorts. Yantai is a highly renowned center for the growing of fruit and vegetables. Among its agricultural products are apples, pears, big cherries, and peanuts, which are widely sold all over the world. Visitors who wish to know more about modern agricultural techniques and skills are encouraged to visit the Agricultural Science and Technology Exposition Park in the west suburbs of Yantai. This park has been rated as a resort among the first group of Chinese agricultural tourism demonstration areas. Yantai boasts a well-developed and integrated transportation system encompassing road, rail, sea, and air communication. Direct shipping routes have been opened between Yantai and South Korea, Japan, and Hong Kong. And for the discerning tourist, there are about 100 highly qualified travel agents in Yantai who are able to provide assistance and quality service for your traveling requirements. The Yantai style of cooking has a high position within Chinese cuisine. Fushan of Yantai is regarded as the original home of the Shandong style of cooking. Because of its close proximity to the sea, Yantai uses seafood, which include many varieties of shellfish, sea cucumber, abalone, prawns, and crab as its primary bill of fare. In addition, there are restaurants that serve the Sichuan and Guangdong style of cooking, as well as Korean, Japanese, and foreign restaurants. This wide variety of cooking styles will surely increase your appetite. Yantai is like a charming scroll painting. Yantai is like a romantic poem. Yantai is like a cup of good wine. Yantai is like one's hospitable homeland. Friends, let us tour together this wonderfully magnificent city of Yantai.